I used to have a pastime which was also a party piece, which was putting fully grown men on my shoulders.
Of course. What made you want to do that? I'm not going to try that, by the way.
Well, it all started when I was at a festival and there was somebody behind me.
Right.
And I said, you know, you've paid a lot of money for a ticket and you can't see anything apart from the back of my head. Do you want to go on my shoulders? And it just went on from there. I'm really good at it. I'm freakishly strong. I've got the nicknames of the Powerhouse and El Toro.
This is ITV. We are breaking into programming to bring an important message from Her Majesty's government. Please pay attention to your device and ensure it is audible. This is ITV from London. We have interrupted programming to bring this important message at the combined request of Her Majesty's government, the Scottish Government, the Welsh Assembly and the Northern Ireland Executive. This message is being broadcast on the BBC as well as by other major commercial broadcasters across the UK. Please pay attention to this broadcast as important information will be relayed that will affect you and your family. The following is a statement we have received from the Prime Minister. It reads: I am sure that you have been aware of the recent increase of cases of monkeypox in the past few weeks. This is a virus that is common in many parts of Africa but is relatively unseen in this country. While isolated cases have been seen in this country in people who have traveled to areas where the virus is endemic, the recent spike in confirmed cases have come seemingly from community transmission. This is a worrying development as, at present, we simply do not know if this is a new, transmissible variant of this disease or if it is a right place, right time scenario that has allowed for this spread. After going through the COVID-19 pandemic and the hardships that put on all of us over the course of more than 2 years, it is important that we all must act in order to make sure that this disease does not become a threat to our way of life. As such, the government, in cooperation with our colleagues in the devolved administrations in Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland and under the advice of the UK Health Security Agency, Public Health Scotland, Public Health Wales and the Public Health Agency, have came to a plan of actions that we hope will quickly and thoroughly eliminate the virus from our shores. These actions and instructions will be relayed after this statement has been read. I understand the anger, the fear, the trepidation that will come from asking everyone in this country to do their part and live their lives under restrictions once more. However, we would not ask you to come under these hardships again unless we believed it was the quickest and the most complete way of ensuring that we do not fall into an epidemic of monkeypox on our shores. Further announcements will be made in the coming days. However, it is our belief, our hope, that we will be able to lift these new restrictions swiftly once the looming threat has passed. Thank you for your time and thank you for your continued endurance in the face of these hardships. That was the statement released by the Office of the Prime Minister a few moments ago. As mentioned during the statement, we have a list of the new rules and regulations that will go into force that are hoped will stop and contain the current spread of monkeypox cases. We have been informed that these will not be recommendations and police forces across the country will have powers in place to enforce these rules going forward. We have also been told that the restrictions will be reviewed on a regular basis, with the hope that the majority of these restrictions will be lifted, or at least loosened, in about 4 weeks' time. As of 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, the following restrictions will come into effect. Again, the police will have legal powers to enforce these restrictions, with punishments ranging from fines to imprisonment depending on the case. A stay-at-home order will be enacted. You are to remain inside your place of residence and will be only able to leave for essential purposes. These include shopping for basic necessities, which you should do as infrequently as possible. To exercise, activities such as walking, running and cycling will be permitted as long as you stay within your local area and you do so alone or with members of your household. To seek essential medical advice or treatment, to provide care for a vulnerable person, such as an elderly or infirm relative, and to travel to your place of work, but only if you are unable to work from home. During these restrictions, you must not physically mix with people who do not reside with you where possible. This means you should not visit other people's homes, except if you are providing care for a vulnerable person. This will include meeting with people from other households in an outdoor setting. If police see you in a group with people outside your household, a dispersal order will be given. Failure to obey with this order could result in a fine or arrest. Non-essential shops and services will be closed until further notice. This will include shops selling non-essential goods such as electronics and books, playgrounds, libraries, beauty and hair salons, pubs, restaurants, cinemas and nightclubs. Shops selling basic essentials and food delivery services will be exempt from this order but will be operating under limited capacity to accommodate social distancing rules. You must work from home where possible. If your job is considered non-essential and cannot be done from home, special measures are being put in place to allow employers to furlough employees. These measures will be announced within the next couple of days. Only if your job is considered essential to the continued running of society and absolutely cannot be done from home will you be allowed to travel to your place of employment. A list of occupations that are considered essential has been published and can be found on the government's website at gov.uk. If you do have to leave your residence, then you must follow social distancing and hygiene guidelines. Try to maintain a 2 meters distance from other people if you are in a public setting. Ensure you regularly and thoroughly clean your hands and wear a mask. While it is not currently known if the strain of monkeypox that is currently circulating is transmissible through the air, this will provide an extra layer of defense to keep you and those around you safe. Finally, if you do have to leave your residence for any purpose, you must stay within your local area. This will be considered as no more than 10 miles from your residence. The only exceptions to this will be if you are traveling to provide essential care for a vulnerable person or if you are traveling to your workplace if your job is considered essential. If you are found by police to be outside your local area with no valid reason, you will be asked to return to your residence. Failure to comply will result in immediate arrest. Public Health England and their colleagues in the devolved health departments have also confirmed that you should self-isolate for 21 days if you contract monkeypox. These are the symptoms to look out for. If you develop any of these symptoms, then you and anyone living with you should immediately enter self-isolation for a 21-day period. The main symptoms of monkeypox are a high temperature, headache, muscle aches, backache, swollen glands, shivering, and exhaustion. A rash will usually develop between 1 and 5 days after the first symptoms. Often, this will begin on the face and spread to other parts of the body, including the genitals. The rash can be confused with chicken pox, starting as raised spots that develop into fluid-filled blisters. These will eventually form scabs that will fall off. Monkeypox is usually caught by contact with infected animals from West and Central Africa, such as mice, rats and squirrels. You can contract it from an infected animal by being bitten or by touching its blood, bodily fluids, spots, blisters or scabs. However, the current outbreak of monkeypox has been spread by close person-to-person contact. While it has been especially prevalent in men who have sex with men, anyone can catch monkeypox through touching clothing, bedding or towels used by someone with the monkeypox rash, touching monkeypox blisters or scabs, including during sex, and the coughs and sneezes of someone with the monkeypox rash. If you do develop any symptoms of monkeypox, it is vitally important that you start self-isolation immediately and contact NHS 111 for further information and instructions. If it is determined that you have monkeypox, then you will be required, along with anyone else in your household, to self-isolate for 21 days. That is all the information we have for the moment. Further information will be released as and when it is available, and all updates can be found on our website at itv.com/monkeypox. Thank you for your attention, and we will be returning to normal programming shortly.